Hi guys. What we're going to talk about today is setting intention before we enter the yarn shop. But before we start, like we do every time, let's empty our heads of anything that might have happened to us today, and so we can open ourselves up to transformation and growth. Because as my granny said, you cannot pour tea in a cup that is already full. Yarn shops, one of my favorite places on earth, and probably you too, I would imagine. There's nothing like walking into a yarn shop and seeing all that possibility in front of you. So I would see this all the time at the shop, and people would come up to the register with way more than they had intended to buy when they came into the shop. And it's easy to get carried away. And I'm not saying don't buy yarn. I'm absolutely not saying don't buy yarn. But I think that if that yarn is going to end up weighing on your conscience and making you miserable in the end, thinking about what all you have in your stash, then I don't know. Then maybe it would be a good idea to kind of go in and just have some awareness about what's happening when you go into the shop. And when I say what you're buying is, it's not just the yarn, right? We know this isn't about just about yarn. It's about possibility. It's about making me feel better. It's about bringing beauty into my life in this way. I can bring this skein home, and I can bring some of that magic from the shop and some of that community that I get at the yarn shop back home with me. So it's not just about buying yarn. We know that. So maybe an exercise before you go into the shop, maybe actually stand in front of the door and ask yourself, what made me come to the yarn shop today? Am I looking for, actually literally looking for yarn? Am I looking for the comfort of other makers around me? Am I looking for a purchase to make me feel better about something that might have happened today? Another thing to think about is, and whether or not you actually buy anything is sort of beside the point, but just having some awareness of what's going on in your mind before you go in the shop. And not to make you feel good or bad, but just to have some awareness of, here's what I am seeking. If I buy yarn, great, but at least I know why I'm buying it and have some insight into what's going on inside me. That way, later on down the road, maybe you won't have as much guilt, or maybe you won't have any of these feelings that, basically, I think that's a really good first step, is just being able to know why you're going to the shop. And maybe realizing what you're not actually seeking is more yarn, but seeking connection, or feeling like you're fitting in, or the comfort of being around beautiful things.